guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the drive-thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's our live free sports mix for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. Deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Play. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us is Brian Bitler with us. It's Rod Zawacky, Jovan Burts, and Kevin Thomas. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. Burts, Bitler, Thomas, Zawacky, that I will close this one out. All right, we got 13 games on the board for Major League Baseball. Final in 11-1. The Mets continue their hot streak. They get to Yamanaga as a big dog here. Mets get the win tonight, but let's get the show underway tonight. We'll go ahead and welcome in. We'll start off here with Jovan Burts. You catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium as we get into WNBA tonight. We got a couple there from the W. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How you?
Doing great. All right. We got the Ion doubleheaders on Ion tonight, WNBA. This will be the late game here. Aces hosting the Sun. Pretty good matchup here. Aces 5, total 164.5.
Yeah, this is the marquee matchup of the night, even though it's a 10 o'clock Eastern game. One thing about the Aces, they are the defending champs, and you saw it last game against the Seattle Storm. A couple weeks ago, they lost to the Seattle Storm, pretty handily. But look what they did in their last game. They laid waste to the Storm. The Storm, were on a pretty good heater. They did lose prior to that, but they basically won that game wire to wire. And I think that, because they slipped in the last few weeks, I think that they're ready to go on a heater. Sometimes you got to anticipate, when these teams are gonna, and this goes across sports, when a team is going to go on a streak or win a streak, and I think the Aces are geared up for that. The points, it speaks to me as just being the Aces spot, and this is the number one offensive team in the W, and I just don't know if this Connecticut Sun, as good as they are, I don't think they can keep up with them, on the offensive end. I don't think they can score as much points as the Aces. They are a good defensive team, but they do have offensive lows. And if they have an offensive low in this one, it's going to be a 20-point shellacking. Let's just put that out there. You got Asia Wilson out there, one of the best players, or one of the two best players, in my opinion, in the WNBA. And Jackie Wilson and Asia Young. Like, it's actually Asia Wilson, Jackie Young. Jackie Young, she's dropped 34 points in her last game. I don't know where that came from, but it came. It came, and just have they're the defending champs, so they're a pretty talented team. I don't know why they were going through what they went through with the losses that they went through, but I think they righted the ship, and they're looking to put the winning back in order. So I expect them to get at least a 8-point win in this one, if not more. I really do expect a blowout in this one.
Yeah, they got their starting backcourt back. Chelsea Gray made her season debut a lot in last game. So now we're starting to see Vegas now at full strength, and we see them at full strength. We're getting a snapshot of this team the past 2 seasons.
But she didn't start her last game. She didn't start coming back, Chelsea Gray. So, I think they're easing her, into the rotation. I think that's the situation, with her. But you saw Kelsey Plum. She dropped 8 dimes. Had 8 assists. So this is a pretty dynamic team, if you ask me. And you have the three-headed monster. 2 of them are playing right now, and they're going to play tonight in the Sun and the Aces. And then you have the New York Liberty. Those are the 3 teams that I see, perennially winning it every year, or being in the conversation of winning the championship every year. Everyone else, they're on the outside looking in, as far as I'm concerned. So, this may or may not, tell a lot about what's going to happen later in the season if these two meet in a champion, in the finals. So I mean, the Connecticut Sun, they do have to get through the Liberty. All teams in the East have to get through the Liberty, but that's just another layer of this.
Yeah, and the question is, are the Lynx good enough to get past the Aces at full strength? That's still to
I
determine.
mean, and that's a proud organization right there. They've won several championships in the WNBA. So they're trying to get back into their standing, into their rightful ownership as WNBA champs. So there's a lot of talented teams, a lot talented organizations. Vying for that number one spot. Right now, it's the Aces' time, but you know, like you just said, the Minnesota, they're in conversation about taking their place, and like I said, they have a history of winning championships, so you know that's a threat to the Aces, but for this one, I think it's the Aces all day to get back into winning form and start a little winning streak.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Of course, the Final Four, the Final Four, I think Eastern and Western Conference playoffs in the WNBA will be pretty good if it form holds. I will tell you that right now.
Absolutely.
All right, Jovan here on the Aces laying the 5 tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, doubleheader game on Ion. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, we do have action on the board right now from Major League Baseball. 13 games remaining, a couple on the WNBA. You can see Jovan been heating up over the past 7 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, I got a 3-pack in the MLB. Three games that I believe are gonna hit. Check me out something long-term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. Looks like it's gonna rain here, but it was a beautiful day out here in Boston. With the parade and all. Celebrating the 18th championship of the Boston Red Sox. So we're looking to keep that winning, going, into the weekend, with, more MLB, some WNBA sprinkled in there. I don't really dibble and dabble, as with the other sports, so you're only gonna get, two things out of me for the most part. You're gonna get MLB and you're gonna get WNBA sprinkled in, so match me up with one of the other handicappers for the 2-for-1 Capital Emotional. You can't go wrong here at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. Get on board with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dog Premium. See the great results over the last 7 days. No better time now to get on board with Jovan. A long-term pass. I know you guys like that 3-day pass on the weekend. A lot of baseball, WNBA as well. Get on board. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. All right, Jovan, I want to bring this up to your attention here, of course, on the Boston area. We've seen the resurgence here of this Boston Red Sox team, a team that kind of looked like they were going to be an also-ran as the weather warmed up. As we see sometimes with these East Coast teams, when they start warming up, they start to warm up.
Yeah, I mean, well, for me, this is what the Red Sox do every season. They get on a little hot streak. People start to have hope. And then, sometime in July, August, they take a swoon, and then into September. At least in the last couple seasons, it's been like that. But I will say this about them: they're a young team. They're doing it a different way. We're tearing it up on the base paths. As far as steals and everything, getting timely hitting, and any team could go on a heater. And the Red Sox right now is their time to play their best baseball this season. Their pitching staff, say what you want about their bats. Their bats are heating up right now, but their pitching staff has basically what's held them down this season throughout. So, if the bats could continue to pop, all bets are off. As far as making it to the into a wild card position. I don't have much faith in the Red Sox doing anything if they do get into a playoff situation, but you never know. This is baseball. We have seen worse teams going a run. So you saw what they did against Philly, then the Yankees, and then against the Toronto Blue Jays, sweeping them out. Now they're in Cincinnati. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. They're almost a pick 'em type game tonight. All right, Jovan. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you next week, but we always can catch up with you here on the weekend shows and, of course, your video short series.
Yeah, absolutely. Per usual, Saturday and Sunday, be there for the morning show. And the video shorts, one came out yesterday, one came out today, but earlier this week didn't have any out. So just looking to keep that going. there's what it is on that. It's a 60 second situation, so I can't get all the information that I want out there. Can't recap. You know, I'm gonna be doing a full fledged video soon enough. And it'll be something different from the parlays that I'm doing. So look out for that.
All right, keep an eye out for Jovan, guys. Like, subscribe, set notifications so when Jovan drops these videos, you get them right away. All right, Jovan, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again here on the Drive Thru Monday.
Absolutely. Have a great night, win, and see you on Monday.
See you on Monday. Jovan Burts here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the show, guys. Now time for our chat pick of the day tonight. We're going to be looking here at Braves and Yankees top of the hour. If you like the Braves, it's letter A. B for the Yankees. C over 7.5. D under 7.5. This is the chat pick of the day. Of course, Chad has been doing a great job here over the past several weeks with the chat pick of the day. Had a little bit of a down spell last week, early this week, but it's been very much a success here on the Drive Thru. So get these picks coming in. Yankees hosting the Braves. That is our chat pick of the day. A for the Braves, B for the Yankees, C over, D under, chat pick of the day. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Thru as we'll get set to roll. Up next, we got Brian Bitler. You can catch him over at Pick Dodge. We'll bring Brian in here right now. Ready to roll here with some baseball coverage. Brian, what's going on?
I'll tell you what, great to be with you, Tony T, on a Friday, getting ready to go out square dancing. I was going to take my good buddy Kevin Thomas with, but he's got some gnarly looking mustache going on, so I think I'm leaving him at home this weekend. Can't take him out with the ladies.
Oh, no, the ladies. Now you think they don't like the mustaches, huh?
Nope. That reminds them of the 1970s and their grandfathers, so it doesn't really work.
There you go. That's quite possible. All right. Here we go tonight. We got AL action here. Royals and Rangers head-to-head. We see the Rangers $1.42 with total coming at 8.
Tell you what, for my drive-through free winner tonight, I'm looking at those Kansas City Royals and Texas Rangers now on paper. The KC Royals 8 more wins, and the pitcher Brady Singer with close to the same numbers as Texas starter Nathan Eovaldi. But to me, I think this is just a big bait job by the books trying to get some big public dog money on the Kansas City Royals here. Eovaldi off a poor start and where he only went 3 innings, but before that we saw him go have very strong outings in 5 of his previous 6 starts. So it's really do or die time here for the Texas Rangers. This is a must-have series for him at home. Brady Singer, better pitcher at home than he is on the road this over the last 2 years or so. Singer was hit pretty hard in his last outing here, but the Royals, not the red-hot team that they were at the beginning of the season, only 3-7 over their last 10 games. I think they're going to regress in the second half of the season. We're going to see Texas start to pick it up as players start to get healthy for them. I'm going to take the Rangers tonight on the money line.
All right, there we go here. Brian on the Rangers money line here against the Kansas City Royals. Royals, we see have had some stub their toe of late against some of the down teams. Texas is a team, as you said, they need to get going here. This could actually implicate the wild card race as we look at it right now, as these two teams are, 6 games KC ahead of the Rangers in the loss column. But Texas, if they're 34-40, so we're getting close to that 82 game mark where we're halfway through the season. And when you start looking at the schedule, you start looking at wild card contenders. Texas, they're going to need to take a couple of these games in this series. You don't want to start losing ground here. We're getting near the halfway point.
For sure, at the beginning of the year, Texas was overbet coming in off of last season's success. And now, as they've been losing, people are jumping off that bandwagon. And Kansas City, kind of like the Baltimore Orioles of last season, a lot of people like the Royals here. But I just think this number seems pretty high. They're asking you to lay a lot of juice here at the Texas Rangers. I think they're trying to scare you away from them. I think it'll be a nice, easy winner at home.
Yeah, they're looking there for Brian here on the Rangers. Going to be laying the $1.44 in this one. This game will have a start time here of 8 Eastern time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, we do have baseball on the board tonight. Still 13 games on that MLB card, as well as action here from the WNBA. Single on the ice. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Well, my best bet is in the NHL, and right now 49-21 and 70% run in the NHL last 71 plays, and that is my titanium best bet tonight. You can get that for $25 over at pickdogs.com. My titanium plays overall 24-10 last 34, so make sure you pick that up. Also, you can get all three of my best bets tonight: one WNBA, one Major League Baseball, and then NHL play. All three for $50 at PickDogs.com.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Doctrine. Great 2024, Brian. All sports combined. Get on board with the long-term passes. You guys love that 3-day pass here during the weekend. Of course, all sports, the way to go with Brian Bitler. All right, Brian, as always, great having you show. Continue success. We'll catch up with you again next week, but we can always catch up with you here on the YouTube channel for Pick Dogs with the weekend show, and of course, your video series, Contrarian Sharp Angles.
Yeah, make sure you check out my sharp betting contrarian predictions every day at the Pick Dogs YouTube channel, and I'm signed up to show up on Sunday. Hopefully, argue some sports with all the guys here. It should be a good time for sure.
Yeah, it should be a good time, no doubt about that. So make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications, so when Brian's out here, you could definitely argue with him, add some chat to the chat conversation, and get the picks important. All right, Brian, have a great night. Enjoy the square dancing, and we'll catch up with you next week.
I'll catch you on Monday, Tony. You have a good one. Hopefully on Monday I'm still streaking strong.
Absolutely. Brian Bitler here on the Drive To. Let's continue here on the show, guys. Keep an eye on that chat pick of the day. Tonight it's Braves at Yankees. If you like the Braves, it's letter A. B for the Yankees. C over, D under, chat pick of the day. Right now, early in the voting here, 3 for the Braves, 2 for the Yankees. We do have 1 to the under, so keep these picks coming in. It's the chat pick of the day. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Through. Up next, it's Kevin Thomas. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Kevin in right now. More coverage here for Major League Baseball on today's card. Let's see if we get him here in just a second. Kevin Thomas. Kevin, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. I heard Brian's little smart remarks. He should take a page from Bill Belichick, right?
Oh,
guy's
goodness.
70 years old. He's doing pretty good for himself, I think. So.
Yes. He's definitely taking advantage of, well, some may consider a down economy, right? You often see those things in these times. All right, here we go tonight. Here, Brewers and the Padres head-to-head here. We see the Padres favored $1.53, total 7.5.
Yeah, that line's up to 141. When I sent it, I think it was like 133. It's kind of scary. When I sent this out, I got a message from Brian on the back end laughing LOL. So that's telling me that the Brewers are square in this match, and I don't understand why he thinks that. They had the better record. Colin Ray has the better pitching record, but Dylan Cease is no joke. We know how good he is and how good he can be. I just like the Brewers. I think this is an odds maker's mistake. I think this is a lot of money here, but I guess their bullpen's pretty banged up. That's the main reason for this. The Brewers are 22-19 on the money line on the road, and the Padres are 19-20 at home on the money line. The last time Dylan Cease faced the Brewers, he pitched a gem, 6 innings. But in that game, there was no Christian Yelich, and we all know that he makes this lineup a much different. He makes the number 2 and number 4 hitters, which are usually Contreras and Adams, a lot better. I actually have William Contreras as my prop for RBI to get one tonight at plus 165 for the Brewers. And the Padres won game 1, but it took 4 home runs. And they only scored 7 runs. It was 6-7. They got 7 runs on 4 home runs. That's not how you win in this day. You need to play. You need consistent hitting, and I think the Brewers out-hit the Padres. And Tatis is still injured. He just came out a statement saying his hip's not 100%. He can't steal the bases like he wants to. So I think he's one of those home run or bust kind of guys. And how long do the Padres keep running him into the ground? You still don't have Bogarts. So I like the Brewers here to come back game 2. They're very consistent with hitting and a great defensive team. I know the bullpen's a little banged up, but I think Jacob Junis is due back, so he'd get you an inning tonight too. So I like the Brewers here, especially for that kind of payout.
All right, Kevin here on the Brewers here at the big plus price here against Dylan Cease, who's had his struggles of late. You kind of look up and down his game listings here, and he's had some struggles over the past 6 games.
Yeah, the Mets 3 innings. He beat the Oakland A's. That's not hard to do. He took a loss against the Angels, the Yankees. He took a loss. So, and the Royals, no decision. So, it's not the best work from him. I know his strikeouts are about, between 8 and 5, which is good. That's his, and I always forget how young he is because I remember him, before he became a Padre, and I'm always thinking he's only like 28 years old. The guy's still got all the talent in the world, but he is struggling with his command. I think his last game he had like 3 walks and gave up 7 hits on 7 earned runs. So I like I said, this is why I like the Brewers until Dylan can pitch out of a jam and the Padres can actually hit for hits instead of long balls. I'm going to ride the Brewers here for that kind of payout.
Yeah, the Padres are, no great shakes here at all. I mean, they've been horrible in night games this year at home. I think they've got a miserable record. They're now 9-16, so they got one yesterday, but they've not been a good home team. Under 500 at home, hitting 238 at home. It's a team, and of course they had a miserable road coming off that miserable road trip batting wise. Over the past 7 games, it's 217.
Yeah, that says it all.
That says it all. And of course their bullpen. We're used to seeing a bullpen from the Padres in low 3s. They're approaching 4 now. So at home in their home games, overall it's near 4.
Yeah, I was talking about the Suarez kid a lot, and he's struggling. So yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, here we go with Kevin on the Brewers here, plus 139 here. You can shop for even better price right now tonight at 9:40 Eastern time. All right, Kevin, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, we do have on the board tonight Major League Baseball, still 13 games up on the board, 2 from the W, 1 from the ice. You can see Kevin enjoying a great last 7 days. He's been on a tear right now. As you can see, the results, 718 units of profit. All documented over at Pick.com. What do you have going on over at the site?
My top one's in WNBA. I've been red hot in WNBA, so we're going to keep rolling there. And then I still got another top premium in baseball. It's on a total. Like you said earlier, the Heat usually brings the long balls, so I'm expecting a lot in that game that I have my premium total in, so make sure to check that out. I stayed away from the hockey game because I like the under and I like Florida, so I didn't really just stayed off it. If you want my picks for it, they're the 2 I like. I think it's going to be one of those games drag out, and I think Panthers end it. So.
All right, there you go from Kevin Thomas. Get on board with Kevin Thomas over at Pick.com. Great results over the last 7 days. No better time now to get on board with Kevin a long-term pass. You guys like that 3-day pass on the weekend. Get a lot of baseball here scheduled Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as well as action from W. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Add multi-cap promotion as well. Yeah, I know you're talking about that total because it's kind of tricky in these closeout games where the team trailing. You can easily see at least a couple empty net goals going.
I don't know. And it's usually games where a team gets out. It just seems like it's a dud looking basketball. That the closeout for the Boston. Prior to that, I mean, it's just like there's duds in those game 6s. If Florida takes like a 3-1 lead, I think it'll be over. I don't think Florida wants to. I think Florida just sits back on their skates and just block and lay on the puck, as much as they can and just ride it out. I don't think they want David and those guys getting any momentum. So I think that's why I like the under. I think Florida just sits on the puck. I think they come out, score first, and then try to sit back as much as they can.
There you go, guys, there from Kevin Thomas. All right, Kevin, everybody know what you got going on. We always check out your video series over at Pick Dogs, and you make occasional appearances here as well on the weekend show.
I'm going to try this weekend, hopefully. And I was asked to do my own rundown. It's going to be in the WNBA. I don't know when it starts. I know they're trying to build me a thumbnail. I was asked on Wednesday or Thursday, so I'm still putting out MLB winners. But soon I'll be giving advice on every ML or WNBA game out there. So keep looking for that. And do me a favor, if anyone's out, partner me up with anybody. Get the 2-for-1 capper deals over at Pick Dogs. Make sure to check that out. Make sure to like my videos too and share them. YouTube, Pick Dogs YouTube is one of the biggest and best at getting free advice, free investments. But make sure to always go to pickdogs.com where you get our top premium picks. And for anyone that's out in Rehoboth, that's where Brian's hanging out. Do me a favor, go to the Blue Oyster. That's where he likes to hang out for square dancing. And buy him a drink from me, please. I will pay you back. Thank you.
You got it there for those out there in that area. All right, Kevin, have a great night, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Take care, Tony.
You as well. Kevin Thomas here on The Drive-Thru. Let's continue here on the show. Guys, keep an eye on that chat pick of the day. It is Braves at Yankees. If you like the Braves, it's letter A, B for the Yankees, C over, D under, chat, pick of the day. And, of course, right now it's tied at 3 apiece here for both the Braves and the Yankees. We did have one going under the total, so keep these picks coming in. It's chat, pick of the day. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. All right, here we go. Big game coverage next up here. Rod Zawacky, Game 6, NHL. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now, ready to roll here on the ice. It'll be a little different way to bet it. Let's see, we can bring him in right now. It's interesting here. We got Rod following Kevin here after this one. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much, Tony. Just getting ready. Biggest game in Oilers history in 18 years at least. Zone 6. That big game 6 in that Stanley Cup final where, guess what? Nobody sat on their ass and sits on a lead. I haven't seen anybody sit on a lead in this series in a while. So I just don't see that. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry.
Yeah.
I just don't see no one's sitting on any leads.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of pressure out there. Oilers will definitely bring it at home, especially with that crowd behind them. They've got, that's what's tricky. You got to close these games out. We always talk about that game 4. They're going to go home and clinch it at home. Doesn't always happen. It doesn't always happen. It just and you screw up your vacation because, as I said, these, especially hockey and NHL, they're going to be in training camp in about a couple of months. So you just screw up your vacation, right?
3 weeks tonight starts. I think the Oilers have a preseason game. September 21st, I believe they have a preseason game set up, which is exactly 3 months from today.
Right. Right. So that means training camp 2 weeks earlier, right? 2.5 months away.
2 weeks earlier than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Two and a half months away from training camp. You better get these things over with, guys. You better. All right, here we go. Oilers and Panthers here. We see the Oilers $1.17, total 5.5. But you may look at this one a little differently.
I am going to look at this one a little differently. Just like we did last time in Game 5, we came out, we took that first period under the 1.5 goals. And you know what? We're back here in Edmonton. And what we've seen in Edmonton in this series was goals. Lots of them. We've seen a 4-3 game in Game 3 in Edmonton. And then we've seen an 8-1 game in Game 4 in Edmonton. Well, those equate to about 16 goals in 2 games. I like the over here in Edmonton. We've seen Bobrovsky give up a few goals, and I know that that's over in the first period is only 1-4 in the first 5 games of this series, but that crowd's going to be going absolutely bananas, and I see it like 1-1 into the first. Teams can pop a goal in this first period, and as we know, that crowd's going to be loud. And easily hit 110 decibels. But I think we get 2 goals in this first period. And that gets us over this, over 1.5 in this first period. I like over for the full game as well. And we've seen the Oilers step up their game. They've definitely figured out Bobrovsky in goal. You look over the last 7 periods of hockey. The Oilers have pumped in 16 goals. 15 goals in the last 7 periods of hockey have the Oilers. Guess what? They figured out that those 2 little shoots, one over the glove, one over the blocker, you get those up that area on Bobrovsky and you can score goals. And this line is indicative of it. Now it was at Panthers, I think, at even money for most of the day, and now we've seen some money come in on this Oilers team. We know what the building's going to be like. Going to be absolutely ruckus. Who doesn't want to see Game 7? Let's go Oilers.
All right, Rod says there. You know the side he was on, but he wanted to give you this one here over 1.5 the first
over
period.
1.5 of the first
over the
period.
first. Give us a little history on this coach. We know the Edmonton had some coaching turnover, right? And the new coach coming in. Of course, we know what was his track record as assistant, because we know a lot of the assistant coaches, they're in charge of the videotape, right? They scour through these videos, so they have this training already. Of course, I'm pretty sure they're hands on when we get to this point in the season. They're looking at the videotape as well as the assistant. So, what's his background with the Oilers coach?
And you look at this Oilers coach came from the AHL. He was a coach in the AHL. And if you look at the history of Knobloch, he's actually had quite history with the Panthers coach. He was an assistant coach with Coach Maurice in the Panthers back many seasons ago. And he was actually grooming Knobloch to maybe take over from the assistant. But Paul Maurice said, no, don't do it. He's like, don't do it. I'm telling you, you want to be the coach. Don't be an assistant coach. But he didn't listen to Paul Maurice, and he left and was an assistant coach, I believe, with the Rangers, with the Rangers team for quite a long time. And then he went down and he was the coach with the New York Rangers, and then he came over with Knobloch. But you got to look at his junior career. Knobloch actually coached McDavid and Brown in an Ontario Championship League where they won in junior hockey, won the championship together. So you look at Knobloch, that's kind of why he came in. It was just a tough draw, a spark that the Oilers needed, and the rest is history. Here they are in the final, one win away from forcing Game 7 and making it interesting. So the pickup of Coach Knobloch and the changes of things, but for me the biggest change is the assistant coach of Paul Coffey. What he's done with those defensive pairing in the back end. Bouchard coming into this playoff year was a -8 in any playoff series whatsoever. And look what he's done. He's had a breakout season, and that's Paul Coffey's taking him under his wing. Also, bringing over what's his name from Nashville when they brought that defensive pairing over. So you've got Bouchard and Ekholm on the defensive pairing, and Ekholm, solid defense veteran, and he's taking Bouchard under his wing. He's also taking Broberg under his wing. Nurse, it's Nurse. It is what it is. You just can't it's tough to fix what's already broken with Nurse. So Nurse does get gritty at times, and he tries to step up his game, but sometimes he makes the bad decision. It is what it is in tonight's line. But Coach Knobloch, I like what we've seen. Players love him. He's definitely been a good, gritty coach, and he's got the team thinking right. But the biggest change, you got to remember what the Oilers did in this playoff run was they bought in a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist helped a couple players. He's an older gentleman. He helped Michael Jordan with the mindset of thinking as a professional hockey player. That's what the Oilers needed. They just didn't have that. When they got beat down, they just got beat down. And how many times did they get beat down? They just needed that belief that they could do it. And with the bringing in of that psychiatrist, look what it did to Skinner.
Yeah.
When they sat Skinner in that Vancouver series, that's when they really brought that psychiatrist in, and it worked with them for those 2 games. And look what he's done since. Lights out. Can't wait. Excited. This is going to be a good game.
It's going to be a good one.
Tune in.
Any bonuses? Any bonuses from this game? Goal scorers? What do you got? What do you got here?
Bonuses I shared on most social media, but I'll share it here for everybody. I like Connor McDavid. We've seen what he's done in the last 2 games. He's got 8 points in the last 2 games. First time in NHL history that any player has got back-to-back 4-point nights in the Stanley Cup final. And what has he done? He's just dragged the team on his back. As he said, we drag him back here to Alberta. Crowd's going nuts. I think big-time players step up in big-time games. McDavid's, ever since he was a wee little lad at 10, 11 years old, he sat his parents down and said, you know what, Mom and Dad, I'm going to be the best player in the NHL. I'm going to have to leave a lot earlier in life than you want me to leave the home, but I'm going to go do it. This is the goal I have. And he had that at 11 years old. So the drive that McDavid has, we're going to get him to get another anytime goal tonight. Plus 135, scoop it up. I think he easily pops one in there. I also like McDavid over assist and a half. I think he pops another couple assists, which that'll equate to another 3-point night. So take McDavid over 3 points as well. He's the NHL sniper play of the day. Big-time players step up big-time games, and I think he does. Sit back, enjoy the history. He's about to break it.
Nice. All right, Rod. We let's keep an eye on the WNBA. I know we got a pick from the Sun Aces, but Fever and Dream set to tip off in about an hour, less than an hour away. We see the Fever here on the road, 2.5 now. The total comes to 164.
Yeah, and you look at that one, the Fever on 1 day of rest have actually been playing pretty good. 5-1 ATS their last 6 games played off of 1 day's rest. They are 0-4 ATS on our last 4 on the road, and we know what this Dream have done. They haven't been good at all. They've struggled. But for me here in this one, I don't want to lay any points with the Fever on the road, as they're just not been good on the road. Friday nights, 4-10 ATS. I just don't trust this Fever team to do it. I think this is a spot that I'm going to take the dog. Fever 5, 13-1 ATS the last 19 meetings with the Dream. Give me the Dream outright. I don't even need the points. Give me Atlanta money line.
CFL tonight, BC and Winnipeg. We're seeing here Winnipeg here laying 3. There's some 3.5s out there, total 51.
So it's moved up to 3 now, man. Oh man! Now it's like, this line is it's one of those ones where it doesn't make sense. We've looked at the Winnipeg Blue Bombers team, and they're still missing a few guys on injury. But I think you got to go with it. BC coming into against Winnipeg, they haven't fared so well. 6-21-1 ATS the last 28 meetings versus Winnipeg, so they've only got 6 covers. It's up to 3 and 3.5 in places. I got it at 2.5, and now it's up to 3.5. I think they beat them up. I'm going to go with the extendo line on that one. Take the Winnipeg Blue Bombers -6.5. You should get some nice plus money on that one.
Here's been a line mover tomorrow. Your Elks are on the road against Toronto. This one opens 6 now. Toronto 4 in some places. Total 49.5.
Lots of people jumping on this Elks team. I just don't see it. I don't know what it is. You look at this Elks team, and their defense still scares me. You look at the defense they're giving up. Still close. Toronto scored 35 points in their first game, and the Elks are giving up 52 points, I believe, in the first 2. So you look, that's 26, 27 points, and the way Toronto scores, I think they score into the 30s. I like Toronto extendo lino on that one. I think they win by easily by a touchdown, -6.5. And then I also like the team total of Toronto. The Argos over 20. I think they can easily get to 30. I like the over in the game too. I think I'll score a couple, but not enough to keep up with Toronto.
The Sunday night games, Hamilton and Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan going to be laying 2.5, total 50.
Speaking of bad defenses, Hamilton's played 2 games. They've given up 65 points in those 2 games. And most recently was the 33 points they just gave up to Saskatchewan in a loss. And that was at home. And now you're here in Saskatchewan for this one. I got to go with Saskatchewan to start 3-0. Nobody would have thunk it because I thought Saskatchewan was going to take a little bit a step back, but like I said, Saskatchewan's just too tough to play. No more watermelon is available for that game on Sunday night. Good luck finding any. Right. Saskatchewan they love their riders. Regina will be packed.
There we go, Rod. Here on there's your peripherals there from Rod, and of course his bonus. And for the pick tonight, Panthers Rollers over 1.5 goals first period. All right, Rod. Let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Down to 12 games on the board for Major League Baseball. We got singles from single from CFL, NHL, couple from the W. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
And over at Pick Dodge Premium tonight, I got a couple. I got 2 in the hockey. I got the side in the total in the NHL game. I've got a late MLB game. I'll have to reconstitute. I had one go off early in the MLB, but I got a 3-pack back up there for you. A Steak Friday triple that starts a little bit after 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I'll get that up for you over there. Or it's Friday, so grab a 3-day pass. Join me for this weekend. Lots of action going. We got baseball going. Some more WNBA, CFL. Definitely join me for the weekend. Use that promo code PICK at checkout and take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper deal. Definitely lots of hot cappers over at Pick Dogs, and take advantage. Have 2 cappers putting money in your pockets. Can't go wrong with the 2-for-1 capper promotional over at Pick Dogs, the sports chat place.
That's right, guys. Get on board the Zawacky over at Pick Dogs Premium and get on board the long term. But you guys like that 3-day pass on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, Rod gets those picks early on Sunday, so you get the Mondays in there as well. So that 3-day pass, great value there. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. Rod, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great weekend here on Steak Friday. But of course, we can catch you on the weekend show. And if there's a Game 7, then there will be the last of the year of Rod's A to Z coverage in the NHL.
Yeah, definitely. If there's Game 7, which I think there's gonna be, definitely make sure you've subscribed, turn on that bell. That way you get notified when all that content drops. Tune in on the weekend show. Definitely be there Saturday and Sunday this weekend, giving up the plays with the gang. So definitely tune in for that. And as I say, I think there will be a Game 7. So who doesn't want Game 7?
Oh, that
most exciting thing in sports. And we know the NBA later day, and that just finished quick. I see a lot of people going, come on, let's go Game 7. Who doesn't like the exciting Game 7 of
That's right.
Playoff hockey?
On a Monday.
Amazing. On a Monday.
Yeah.
Everybody be tuned in on a Monday.
Yeah, that would be good. The bars would be a lot of business. They'd love that. It'd be great. All right, Rod, enjoy the weekend. We'll catch up with you here on the Drive Thru Monday.
You as well, Tony. Have yourself a good one, Pink Dogs fan. Catch you on the weekend. Catch you on Monday, Tony. Yourself a good one.
You as well. Rod Zawacky here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the show. Guys, keep an eye on that chat pick today. Tonight it's Yankees and Braves. If you like the Braves, letter A. B for the Yankees. C over D under chat pick of the day. Still knocked up here 3 apiece on the Braves and Yankees. Keep these picks coming in. We're running out of time to get those plays in. All right, let's continue here on the Drive. We're going to get to my pick, and then we got some time here maybe for a bit of a rundown before we close it out here on a Friday. Let's get my game up here. It will be between the Marlins and the Mariners. Remember, this game will be played in a dome, so the hot weather won't impact this one so much. So we're going to go under 7.5 here with the Marlins and the Seattle Mariners. And let me go ahead and just check pitchers just one more time to make sure there hasn't been any last-minute changes. Kirby and Rogers were the expected starters, confirmed starters now. They are confirmed to go, so there we go. Let's take a look at this one here. 7:10 Eastern time start tonight. Kirby delivers a good whip. He doesn't give up a lot of base runners. Whip of 1.01, doesn't walk anybody, 2.5% walk rate. I know Rogers had his issues, 17.5% strikeout rate, but Seattle's bats, man, 198 in their past 7 games. And you look at the Marlins here against the American League, just 213. And of course, Seattle 16-5 to the under against the National League. And they're 10-2 against these bad teams that get outscored to the under. These are both under here. 10-2 to the under, facing bad teams get outscored by 1 or greater runs this season. So we'll go under 7.5 here, Mariners and Marlins. All right, guys, check out Pick Dodge Premium. Tonight I've got a 3-pack here from Major League Baseball, as well as the best bet from MLB. So go ahead and get on board there. Or you can also get on board here with a long-term pass. I have a 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that period time you select. When you go to my handicap page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. All right, maybe we got some little bonus time here on the Drive Thru. We can go through some rundown, if you will, here on it from Major League Baseball. So let me go ahead and move my game ticker here to the beginning here. I know we have a final in already. We got a final coming in. Mets, of course, we know earlier 11-1 against the Cubs. Game in progress. This one will start in a delay here. Delay top of the first here with the Diamondbacks and the Phillies. I don't know if there was there weather in that game, or is it just some ceremony going off over there in Philadelphia? Because I didn't see any weather here whatsoever. Let's see, let's see, Arizona and Philadelphia. I don't show any weather. I show actually 92 degrees, a hot day today in Philadelphia. So a little bit of a delay to start this one, but everything looks to be on schedule. White Sox Tigers have begun here. Tigers closed $1.71 favorite. Rays and Pirates have begun here, top of the first. We go to Braves and Yankees. This is the chat pick of the day. Actually, I kind of favored in this game. I favored the Yankees. I know it's Sale is going here, but man, I just look at Rodon at home, an ERA of 1.72 in his 5 starts. New York has been a really good home team, 23-11 at home. They're at 261 against the National League, put up nearly 6 runs a game. And Atlanta 1-8 facing a starting pitcher that averages 5 strikeouts per start or greater this season. That's minus 9.5 unit loss. Atlanta just 232 hitting on the road this season. They have a losing road record. I'll go Yankees in this one. About pick 'em in this game. Red Sox and Reds. Well, it's just again the Red Sox has just been on a tear. I have to look at their side. Boston, their past 7 games, hitting .316, put up 6.5 runs a game. Their bullpen has an ERA under 3 on the road, and the Reds just hitting 186 against the American League. And you look over their past 7 games, they've been on a hitting slump, just 2.6 runs per game over their past 7. Red Sox, a good road team, 22-15. And we'll go here, Red Sox in this one. We just covered Mariners and Marlins, Blue Jays and Guardians here. Let me just make sure we verify the pitching here in this one more time. There's some questions heading into the overnight. Yariel Rodriguez and Carlos Carrasco will go here. Again, I would expect to see the Cleveland bullpen have an impact in this game because Carrasco probably won't go very far based on his numbers this season. I'll be looking at Cleveland side. Toronto just 228 on the road, batting average, a losing record. Their bullpen ERA 4.5 on the road. Cleveland at home, a really good home team, 22-9. Their bullpen ERA is 2.17. They're hitting the ball pretty well, 270 over their past 7. I would look to the Guardians in that one. Royals and Rangers was covered already here on the show. Orioles and Astros, I'm looking dog in that game. I know Grayson Rodriguez is expected to go here. Let me just verify that here. Rodriguez and Blas. Blas is the first timer here making his debut. He was taken in the third round in the 2023 draft out of Georgetown. Posted really good numbers in the low minors the past 2 seasons. The bullpen for the Astros has been pretty sharp at home. They hit the ball well at home. 263 batting average, put up nearly 5 runs a game. When you look at Rodriguez's ERA on the road, it's 4.28. The Astros have been a pretty good dog the last two seasons. When they're even money or higher, they've returned 18.5 units. I'll look at Houston there in that one. Nationals and Rockies, we got the babyface back on the mound, DJ Hers. I'm gonna back the Nationals behind the babyface. Nationals bats have been hot. Now they're going to be in Colorado. The Rockies just 249 hitting against lefties. They've lost 13 of 19 against left-handed starters. And, of course, the Rockies bullpen at home an ERA of over 5.5. Matter of fact, the Rockies, when they've been lined at this price range between plus 125 and minus 125, they're 2-14. That's a minus 12-unit loss. And the Nationals have been beaten up on these bad teams, 11-5 against teams with 380 or lower win percentage. We'll look at Washington in this one. Twins and Athletics, we'll be looking under the 8 total there. Minnesota's actually we're looking over 8 in that game. I put a typo in there, but over 8 in that one. Against the bad teams, the Twins hit these bad teams. 29-15 the over, facing a team with 380 win percentage or the past 2 seasons. We know the bullpen for Minnesota has had their struggles on the road, ERA over 4. And the bats for Oakland over the past 7 games, averaging 4.5 runs a game. But, man, Paddock on the road, an ERA over 8. We'll look over that one, over the total of 8 in that game. All right, Brewers and Padres we've covered already. And it leads us here to the Angels and Dodgers. This looks to be, let me double check here. It's Sandoval and Landon Knack, right? Boy, this Angels bullpen has me scared in this game. Matter of fact, let me look at something on the Angels bullpen here. The Dodgers, historically, they have been able to beat up against these teams with these bad bullpens, and that's what they're going to see today. We saw that in Colorado, right? These teams that with these really, really bad bullpens. There was something that stuck out to me there with this Dodger game. I'll look it up here in just a second. But the Angels bullpen on the road, an ERA over 5. They're hitting just 226 over their past 7. The Dodgers are hitting left-handed starters 257. In their 9 games, the Dodgers put up 5.5 runs a game. It's a big line out there tonight. And let's see here. Wait, I might hit the wrong button. Let me double check this one more time. There is a number here I want to take a look. I want to look at the Dodgers run line performance here, because I was thinking run line here with the Dodgers in this spot against this Angel team. Just the overall bad bullpen. Not a big fan here of Sandoval whatsoever, but I just want to see how the Dodgers handle these run lines against these really bad teams and with these bad bullpens. It should be favorable here for the Dodgers. Let me see here. Boy, Sandoval, look at this. Against winning teams, Sandoval 4-17 to the run line, minus 18 units. Whew, that's horrible. Horrible there. 2-14 Sandoval to the run line against teams that outscore their opponents by half a run or more per game this season. Horrible. Teams that outscore opponents by 1 run or more this season, Sandoval 0-9 to the run line, minus 12 units. And let's see here. Boy, there's a lot of negative on the Angels to the run line in this game. Oh, boy. Let's see here. Let's see how the Dodgers do here. Boy, so much negative on Sandoval here in this spot. Boy, it's bad. Really bad. Boy, the Dodgers run line against the AL West the last 3 seasons, 17-6 to the run line against the AL West. Everything here points to Dodger run line tonight. Boy, there's so much negative on Sandoval over in this game and the Angels overall. Boy, they've been terrible. In road games against the NL West, Angels 4-12 to the run line the past 3 seasons. You can only look here at this. I will look definitely here. Dodger run line here. You're getting what, plus 113. That would be the one there. All right. Couldn't argue the over either. You like the over. Royal Rangers was already covered on the show, if I wasn't mistaken, right? That was, who had that one? That one was covered by Rangers for Brian Bitler. Rangers was Brian's call there on that game. All right. So let's get to the recap, guys. And now, chat pick of the day, right? We haven't finished the chat pick. Chat pick of the day, Braves and Yankees. A for the Braves, B for the Yankees, C over D under. Let's keep an eye here on the chat pick. We're getting some more coming in right now. We got one more. Looks like we're knotted up here. Close one today. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Let's see. 4 here, 5. Okay, we just got another one in here for the A. Okay, so we're sitting 5 on the side of the Braves and the Yankees. Oh, we got another one, 6 for the Yankees. So 6 is going to close, getting close, guys. So keep these chat picks coming in, and we'll recap at the end of the show. Also, if you've already voted on the chat pick today, make sure you put in your show pick here. We will go ahead and get to the recap. Jovan was on the Aces laying 5. Brian was on the Rangers laying the $1.44. Kevin on the Brewers plus 139. Rod on Panthers, Oilers over 1.5. I'll be Marlins and Mariners under 7.5. The one I like the most, I'll go with Jovan and the Aces. Aces look like they're just back in championship form again. They're getting their players back. I like that play there as well. All right, guys, get more picks in here tonight on the chat pick of the day. It looks like we got another A and we got another B in here. So we're at 7-6 right now here on the Yankees, leading it right now. So Ken, we got another first one to the under, 3 to the under on the chat pick. So we'll recap here. We'll do the close, and then guys, be sure to put in your picks for chat pick. And that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow on Monday live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. Bring our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. We've got our place for you in real time. Remember to always get started with that morning show on the weekend, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Jay hosting it. Of course, we got Mitch, we got Chris, and a lot of the Drive-Thru cappers will join. I'll be there Saturday. And remember to always get started there with that morning show. And of course, all the video series, Mitch's 7 Picks in 5 minutes. The Betting Tool Show is roundtable discussion with the professionals, as well as Ron Romanelli with his MLB rundown. Shorts here from our man Jovan. We got the contrarian sharp plays from Brian Bitler against the public with Dana Lane. All access, Big Al McMorty. Costi bringing in his sharp trading plays as well. And of course, our man Wayne Scott with his boxing. All right, guys, let's go ahead and recap the chat pick day. It's time to close it out here. And the chat pick day will be the Yankees, 7-6. Very close one tonight. Very close one. Yankees, chat pick of the day, 7-6. We do have 3 to the under. That's the chat pick of the day. And guys, go ahead and put in your show picks. We're going to bring the show picks in right now. We'll go ahead and read them off right now. Okay. Ramon likes Seattle, Miami under. And what else do we have here? Blake likes the Dodger game. Angels going over. Can't argue that. It's about 9 degrees out here today. Twins game under from Blake. Ramon with the CFL pick here. BC, Winnipeg over 52.5. Oilers money line from Blake. Ron Hahn likes the Brewers plus 1.5 runs. That's Joe Marino likes the Rangers run line, lay the 1.5. Prophecy Davidson likes the Yankees tonight. Let's see here. Fernando, Copa America, Peru, Chile, halftime result draw, minus 115 from Fernando. Trutzlow likes Dodgers, Orioles money line as well as the Red Sox money line. So those 3 money line plays from Trutzlow. JF Oilers puck line lay the goal and a half. Mr. $20 bill, Aces money line plus Jay Young plus 15 points. All right. I think that's going to do it. We got them all in. All right, that's going to do it for the show, guys. Thanks for your contributions.